typically used for trauma, which has been really helpful in decreasing disruptive thoughts, obsessive thoughts about a specific trauma or a specific event that happened in that person's life. And basically it uses bilateral stimulation of the brain to basically reprocess the information that has been what I would call just locked in by this trauma that the person has experienced. And when we do this bilateral stimulation, it works on the brain and it enables the brain to unlock and reprocess the information from the trauma. So after EMDR, typically a person can move forward. They don't have the flashbacks, disruptive thoughts, whatever it is that's been keeping them from living their life. Well, first of all, we would do like one session to make sure the EMDR is appropriate for whatever the client is coming in for. And that would involve just asking some specific questions like, is it a one-time incident that happened? Is it like a lifetime of childhood sexual abuse or lifetime of childhood other kind of trauma? Or is it like one or two events? And that can make a difference in how long it takes, if it's going to work. First session would typically include, I would ask some basic questions like, what happened that you want, what's the memory that they want to work on? And then I would ask them, what is it that you ended up believing about yourself that could be negative related to that event? And typical answers are, I'm unloved, or I'm not safe, or I'm not good enough. And then I would just ask a few more questions. It's pretty simple. The question portion only takes about 10 to 20 minutes typically, and then we can get right into the processing, which basically I use a handheld device that vibrates from one hand to the other, which causes the bilateral stimulation of the brain. And I would just have them think about the memory while the machine is running, and then that belief that they told me about that's negative, that's connected to that memory. And run the machine for a very short period of time. It's not a shock machine or anything, it just vibrates in your hands, very comfortable. And after running it for a short period of time, just ask them what came up, what came to their mind, and they can tell me as much or as little detail. I can actually treat quite a few things that's pretty surprising, because it's not just used for trauma, it's also used for phobias, it's used for eating disorders. Can be helpful in reducing anxiety, stress reduction, and I've actually even used it on a couple of clients that wanted to let go of a relationship and they were having a hard time doing that, and that was pretty remarkable. EMDR absolutely works. I've probably used EMDR in over 200 cases. It's the closest thing to a magic wand that I have.